can never remember how to turn off the. I'll just. Yeah. Go live. No. Go to here. Sorry. Go to YouTube.
Go live, already?
No. Oh, then we're good. We should.
Whitney Young football here, live from Newt Rocky Stadium on Central Avenue near Roosevelt Road. It's the final game of the shortened 5-week season for all schools in the state of Illinois. We are coming to you live on the Whitney Young Football YouTube channel with today's action between your Young Dolphins, undefeated with a 2-0 mark, traveling to take on the Clark Eagles, 2-1 on the campaign. The Dolphins are coming off what could be considered a statement win last week at the Michelle Obama Athletic Complex, beating the Peyton Grizzlies 15-6, pitching a shutout until late in the fourth quarter. On the other end of that emotional spectrum, Clark won over Orr via forfeit for reasons unknown to us at this time. But these two squads have one common opponent, the Celerio Sun Warriors. Young winning Week 1's game 28-14, while Clark had to rally from a 14-0 deficit at Celerio to beat the Sun Warriors 28-22 in Week 2 of this shortened season. In a year of postponements, cancellations, pushbacks, and many other types of obstacles, football was played and memories were made. Thank heavens for these kids. Todd Kibbe reporting along with the best sidekick in the business, Tony McHale. T, you said to me earlier this week, you can't believe it's almost over. Well, we should have one good one here today before we finish up, don't you think?
It's crazy how fast 3 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever this has been. But Todd, this should be a great game. As you mentioned, one common opponent. Celerio has played both of these teams in their game. Clark got down 14-0 early, and without much of a passing game, stuck to their run game and came back, put up about 260 yards rushing. 2 running backs had over 100 yards. And that'll be the challenge today. The Dolphins look like they're going to have to go the other way with the injuries they sustained last week. They have their first and second running back are out of the game today. So they're going with a hodgepodge next man up. And the ball might be going in the air a little bit more than we saw it last week.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. I mean, Coach Finger in his second year here was faced with a lot of complex issues that he had to deal with in a very short window of time last week. First and foremost, he lost his center. So that changed the scope of the offensive scheme a tad bit because he had to send the quarterback Patrick McHale under center because the backup center moving over, Josiah Roman, hadn't had as many practices on that long, the short snap for the shotgun. And I don't know if Christopher Vasquez is back this week.
Christopher Vasquez is back.
Oh, that's good to know. But then he also, as you said, mentioned, he lost Frank Scotanis on a play early in the first quarter with the knee. We've seen Frank today. Looks like he's going to be okay. No surgeries required. Then Sam Wyatt came in, and he had to step out near the end, just at the end of the third quarter. So you're right. You had a freshman in number 33. That was
Joseph Clayton.
And Alex Dale came in and did the running when McHale didn't. So just craziness that you can't write up, and yet they come away with a staple win against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, big for the program, and we'll hear Coach Finger talk about it in a second. Even in this shortened season, 2 big wins. The win against Celerio, who is actually an upper division team, and the win against Peyton. Peyton hadn't lost a regular season game in 3 years and had shut out the Dolphins the last 2 times they played by a combined score of 120-0 or something. So the guys were pretty fired up at practice this week. They were fired up this morning when we went to take the team picture. So they're ready today. But Todd, the one thing we're looking at to our right as the Eagles warm up is they have more 300-pound linemen than most NFL teams. There are 3 young men on the Eagle offensive line that go 300 pounds plus, led by number 78, Aiden Ellis, who's a sophomore at 6'8", 3 1/4. So it'll be quite the challenge for the undersized Dolphin defensive line and linebackers to stop this effective running game that the Eagles have.
Pretty amazing the size of these kids, and they're so young. It's my age. Our pregame rolls on. We're going to get the coach's perspective, as we always like to do. Here in Week 5, Tony had a chance to talk to Coach Dan Finger earlier this week and pick his brain about last week's win, about this week's opponent. Let's hear what Coach
No, so Coach was pretty fired up. I got to hear him give almost the same identical talk as before they left the campus of Whitney Young this morning to get ready. So 13 seniors, it's a big class for Whitney Young. They're going to go out there today and try and make an impact. There's a lot of them that are going to play. As we saw last week, things happen and you're going to have kids out there ready to go. So it's going to be an exciting day. While we were listening to the coach talk, Todd, Clark went out and won the toss and deferred to the second half. So the Dolphins are going to get the ball first. And apparently either the referees or the clock, the timer up in the booth behind us, have dinner plans for tonight because we're going to get started a little bit early today.
Just a scotch early. Let's talk about that referee crew. They're going to be out there as well. You got Jerry Ewing as the referee. Willie Thompson's the umpire. Cardine Meadows is the linesman. Nate Godez is the line judge. The back judge is Lori Jordan. So a couple of young ladies out there earning their stripes as well. I want to get to this Dolphin first front we're going to see tonight. You got Chris Vasquez back in at center. That's got to be huge. That gets Josiah Roman back over to his right side. David Wortham, Jalen Aguilar, all seniors. Roman is a junior, excuse me. But Wortham, Vasquez, and Aguilar again playing in that senior season. And then the junior, Tony Busiriu, is that left tackle. So they're going to be the ones to watch today against his big.
Right, and the big difference last week was McHale really didn't have time to take a traditional snap, or traditional for you and I anyway, traditional snap, and get back to a running back fake, turn around and look. By the time he got his head turned around, there was usually somebody, usually number 55, in his face that disrupted the passing game, even the short passing game. So I would expect to see a bunch more screens today, Todd. Get this Clark team off balance first and mix it up a little bit more than they did last week.
Got mostly cloudy skies here on the west side, 59 degrees, not much of a breeze here today. So great conditions for football. The final week of the regular shortened season for Chicago Public Schools in the state of Illinois, and teeing it up is number 6 Arnez, or excuse me, number 30, Lamarian Phillips is teeing it up for Clark. Puts a foot into it, goes to it up, man, dives straight on it. That's Neil Rocky and covers it at the 48-yard line. Great start for the Dolphins.
So, compared to last week, Todd, we talked about the kicking situation. Both teams last week had good kickers. I don't believe Clark has a kicker, and the Dolphins kicker also plays volleyball. So in this mixed-up sports shortened season mashup, Nando is with the volleyball team today. So, and unfortunately, the backup kickers were Frank Skotanis and Sam Wyatt. So it'll be interesting to see what the Dolphins do today with a kicking game that's either playing volleyball or sitting up here in the booth with us.
So the officiating crew have yet to spot the ball as the chain gang is getting understanding their dynamic. Whitney Young is moving from the south to the north, so from your right to the left this afternoon. McHale in the gun once again with Vasquez under center. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Lone back is Dale. McHale gets hammered immediately. Coming up big is number 11, Jasani Freeman, one of the outside linebackers and captains for this Clark squad.
So that looked like McHale was going to run that ball, Todd. He had no chance. So I'm not sure if the fullback the running back was supposed to pick up that blitzing lineman, or if it's just a line fail right there. But now it puts you in 2nd and 16, so change the play calls a little bit. You got to get this Clark team back on their heels, or it could avalanche a little bit.
Sure could. So again, 2 receivers deployed to the left side. McHale in the gun once again. Ray called the tight end off to the left side. McHale takes a snap, runs to his left. Here comes a bunch of gray jerseys. Gets to about the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, right now the Dolphins are having a struggle blocking the 4-man front of the Clark Eagles. So we have to see what adjustments they can make real quick. Different than the game we had last week at Whitney Young. We do have some coaches up here in the press box behind us, but this 5-man line right now is proving difficult for the 5 men of the Dolphins to block.
McHale got tackled on the near side. He traveled all the way back to the other side to get the play from Coach Lemming. Is that correct?
Yes.
The offensive coordinator this year. So just underway here. No score. First offensive possession of the afternoon for the Whitney Young Dolphins. And it's 3rd down and 16. 2 receivers to the right. McHale takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, sets up, lets it fly. Looking good. In and out of the hands of number 2. Closest man there was Dontrell Starks. Intended receiver that time was Forensic. Nice pass by McHale.
So 2 receivers right in the area though, Todd. Little pattern fail. Looks like the Dolphins are going to punt the ball here. But as I watched that last play, what you saw is there's 5 down linemen for the Clark Eagles, and they brought a 6th linebacker. So they're trying to block 5, or they're trying to use 5 Dolphins to block 6 Eagles, and McHale got rid of the ball just in time before number 11, Jasani Freeman, came around the corner and would have had a free shot at him.
Anthony Hood will do the punting for Whitney Young.
Not bad for a freshman, huh?
Not bad for a freshman getting the call in. Jahari Walker moves from the right side to the left, sets up. There's the snap. Hood puts a foot into it, not a bad kick, end over end. It's going to bounce. Number 4, Yafi Cotton lets it roll past him inside the 15-yard line, down at about the 13. That's where Clark will take over 1st and 10, their first offensive possession.
So good first 3 games for the freshman Anthony Hood. Touchdown in his first game, interception in his second game, and a nice punt right there. The story is they had a punting competition on Tuesday, and Anthony was the one who came out the winner, and yeah, right. And that proves why. So we'll have to see how that did. Great flip of field position there. Puts the Eagles back on the 14-yard line. So against Solario, what we'll have to watch out for, Todd, it took him a while to get going, but then Willie Taylor broke a 54-yard run, and number 24, Quadrille Hill, broke a 52-yard touchdown run, which flipped the game and then allowed the Eagles to hold on and win.
So they're going to go with a tight formation, 3 in the backfield, including Taylor and Quadrille Hill. Dontrell Starks under center, hands off to Hill. Hill goes to the left side, still on his feet, pushes the pile ahead, crosses to the 15 to about the 17-yard line.
much like playing a military academy, you're going to have to tackle everybody. You're never really going to be sure who has the ball. It's going to be key for the linebackers to come up, and I think this will be a big game for McHale in his safety position. The quarterback, Dontrell Starks, against Hilario was only 2 for 4. So not a big threat to go over the top, much like the Naval Academy or when you play West Point. But he's going to have to come up and run support, and I think we'll start to see him creep up as the game goes on.
So Starks goes under center, turns and gives this time a little bit of a cutback move. That was Yarmel Ruffin. Ruffin, a sophomore, getting some playing time. Shot at the first down by a couple of yards and bring up third down and short for the Eagles.
What the Dolphins are going to have to make sure they do, Todd, is no arm tackling. They're going to have to bring their pads, bring their legs, and make sure they wrap up, and then everybody to the ball so you don't get a secondary run.
There's a quick hit. They go back to nice tackle on the outside, that time by Jalen Carr.
Yeah, he was one-on-one there. If he had the sideline and if he missed that tackle, that would have gone for a long play. So now the first decision for the Eagles here, 4th and 2, but inside their own 25-yard line.
Out at the 22, 4th and 2, and a great job that time of wrapping up Ruffin was Carr. And again, with lack of punting and or kicking, we see a lot of 4th down opportunities here.
So big stop, big key to the Dolphins, big key right here for the Dolphins.
Hill, Ruffin in the backfield. Starks gets bounced outside. Does he pick up enough for the first down? I think he's going to get to the 25. He almost ran into the back of one of his offensive linemen.
Yeah, there was a great push by the Dolphins, but Starks was able to keep going to his left, keep going, and he just kind of rolled off the tackles and fell forward to the 25-yard line. Dolphins brought Richie Ratclaw on that play and made some progress. So we talked about week 1 and week 4, how the Dolphins blitzed a lot. I think you're going to start seeing that today. They're not worried about the passing game. So what can they do to get penetration? We saw some handoff problems for the Eagles during warm-ups. So a fumble here, a turnover would be key.
Now Arnez Kilgore, the fullback, and we get our first shot at Willie Taylor in the tailback spot. Handoff goes to Taylor, showed some speed, good gang tackling that time by the Dolphins. The ball's on the floor, and they're going to say that he was already down. Good tackle that time by Dale.
So great penetration by number 89, Tyson Lieto, but he was able only to get an arm around Taylor. So we'll have to watch those crashing defensive ends. Now Tyson doesn't have a lot of experience playing defensive end, so we have to be careful that he doesn't get caught inside and Taylor or Hill break it back outside where his responsibility is.
The deal is with Taylor, because Taylor was in for only one play.
He didn't do a lot during warm-ups either, Todd.
The ball's on the right hash. It's 2nd down and 6 at the 29-yard line of the Eagles. I think that's 6:53 remaining in the first quarter here. Now 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The pitch goes to number 12. That's the first time we've seen that young man, and that is Jaquan Masonberg. Masonberg with the carry to the left side. Looks like Lieto was over there along with Carr and a host of orange hats.
So this is a very young Eagles team. As we looked at the roster, it's not too many seniors, lots of sophomores out there, and they have a stable of running backs that it looks like they're willing to run in there on any given play. And if the Dolphins can keep them under 200 yards just by virtue of the fact they're not going to pass the ball,
sure,
I think that'll look real good for the Dolphins. But we're going to be out of here really quickly right now if we're going to run every play on the Eagles side.
3rd down and 4 at the 31-yard line. They deploy 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. I formation behind Starks. Flag flies prior to the snap.
Illegal procedure, Todd. They're going to back up the Eagles 5 yards.
That's going to be the call, so it'll bring up 3rd down and now 9 back at the 26-yard line. This will be the 7th play of the drive here, the opening drive for the Michelle Clark Eagles.
And we've gone 11 yards. So this is the danger spot right now, I think, for the Dolphins. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 9 and a half. If you're a cornerback or you're a safety, you have to make sure you're not looking in the backfield. You have to take care of your assignment. You look at the receivers. You let the linebackers and linemen take care of the running game.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Once again, I formation. There goes the handoff to Hill. Hill goes up the middle, but it's going to be well shy of a first down. Yang tackled that time. I think Clayton was in on that tackle.
So bringing in some big bodies here, Todd, for the Eagles. Number 55 is coming in, Dakari Thomas. He's a freshman. He's 5'9", 210.
They are going to
They're going to punt.
They're going to punt at the 29-yard line. So 4th and 6.
Little trouble with personnel. They're running some people on late. Number 66, Johnny Smith's coming in.
And Jahari Walker is way too far back.
Yeah, this ball is not going to go.
He's standing at about the 37-yard line. Snap over the head of the punter. Hill is just going to fall on it, and they down it at the 1 or 2 yard line. So a bad snap that time, and the punter was just did the smart thing and fell on it. So Whitney Young's going to have the short track to the north end zone there, Tony.
And this is what Coach was talking about in the pregame talk we heard, was that the winner of the turnover battle is going to win this game. Without kickers, and this happens to us in Indiana, you see the long snappers, you don't get a lot of practice. It's a kid that probably volunteers for the job, and you see snaps like that. It's when you're not used to punting.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. So it'll be interesting to see Alex Dale right now in there. Number 6 is the running back, to see if he gets the ball or they'll sneak it a couple times with McHale.
They toe to the right side, McHale under center this time. Takes, turns, hands to Dale. Dale with a little hesitation move is going to get backed up a yard back to the 5. So it's going to be 2nd and goal at the 5.
So right now, even during the break, and the problem with kids going both ways is the coaching staff didn't find a solution to the penetration that the Eagles are getting right now. Right now, the Eagles are dominating this Dolphin offensive line, so they're going to have to come up with something. Misdirection, when you get an aggressive defensive line like this, if you kind of run opposite, maybe a hand to Dale going to the right and bring McHale back to the left, that's going to open some things up a little bit.
One's 3 1/4, the other's 280. Now McHale goes in the gun. Dale moves from the right side to the left. 2 receivers to the left. Walker and Forensic. There comes a man in motion. The Hood. They pitch it to Hood on the jet sweep, and they blow that puppy up. Number 6 was right there on top of that. That's Arnez Kilgore, the linebacker, his captain.
It's interesting, Todd, right now, and I'm not sure if it's just the fact that the Eagles keep bringing 6 guys and the Dolphins are having trouble blocking, but we haven't had a positive play yet out of the Dolphins after playing a Solario team and a Peyton team that are very skilled, very talented. But right now, this Eagles defensive line is dominating.
So now it's 3rd and goal. The ball is at the 10-yard line for Whitney Young. McHale goes to his right, looks over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Jahari Walker from Patrick McHale. 3:04 remaining here in the first quarter.
So that's the other thing you can do is get McHale, get the quarterback out of the pocket, roll him. Those Eagles defensive linemen are looking inside, so there was nothing for McHale once he got there, and the pass coverage was non-existent, because I think when you practice against the run all the time, that's what you're going to look for.
Sure. So now, do they kick it?
They're going to go for 2, I believe, Todd.
They're going to go for 2 because their kicker's playing volleyball.
I don't think they.
In the city.
I don't think they had place. Oh, probably the wrong way. I don't think they had place kicking tryouts. They just had punting tryouts. So.
Mr. McHale, you're going to have to help me open the. I bet it's up to you.
Oh, we forgot the overlay.
No, I got the overlay, but I don't have the score after because I'm looking
to the left on the bottom.
Left on the bottom.
See how the sausage works, guys.
All right, and we'll have to get that here in just a second. After the 2-point conversion, McHale sends Hood in motion. High snap. McHale a little flat pattern to Hood. Hood catches it, runs, 2 points on the conversion. McHale to Hood, and what a start for the Dolphins. Second offensive possession. They come up with the score. 3 plays. They go 3 yards. Yeah, they go 3 yards. That's where they started. 3 plays, 3-yard drive. It was a pass from McHale to Jahari Walker in the right corner of the end zone from 10 yards out. And the 2-point conversion was good. It's the Young Dolphins 8, Clark Eagles 0.
And Todd, with our 1962 scoreboard, it looks like there's 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
You say it's 3:02. I say it was 3:03, but that's okay.
Oh, are you not?
Let's do that.
Potato.
145 on the drive. So let's do this right. 3 plays, 3 yards, 145 off the clock. A 10-yard touchdown pass from McHale to Walker. 2-point conversion was McHale to Hood. It's 8-0 Young over Clark. Oh, Hood just got a kick too.
Yeah, dude, he's doing everything, man.
It all.
He said, "Coach, put me in wherever I can," and that's what you like to see from your freshman class.
That's right.
Nice kick.
Good kick to the 22-yard line. On the run with it is Mossenberg. Mossenberg back to the right side. Makes one man miss as Franzik. Hale's trying to wrap him up. He's into Dolphin territory down at about the 43-yard line. Good return by Masonberg.
So that's the danger. You know, without a lot of practice, the last thing you're going to practice is special teams.
Yeah. Yep.
So good field position for Clark. Let's see what they can do with it. They only generated 11 yards of offense on 7 plays the last time.
But they are into Young territory for the first time this afternoon.
But now they're where they want to be. They're behind, which is apparently where they play the best.
1st and 10, the ball rests at the 43-yard line of the Dolphins. Plays coming in from the sideline, Coach Kevin Simmons for the Clark Eagles. Eagles in their gray uniforms, outlined with white numbers, trimmed in yellow with black helmets. There's the sunshine coming up, T. How about that?
Nice.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Starks lets it fly, looking downfield. He's got a speedy receiver in and out of the hands. Had his man beat that time. Good opportunity for the Eagles. Missed. I believe that was Darian Smith out there, the intended receiver. He gave it the flat out Superman trying to catch it. Couldn't reel it in. Clayton was back there, kind of got behind foot a step or 2. So you got to watch that coming up. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Eagles. So the ball rests still at the 43-yard line. Leto, Vasquez on the right side. The others, they go back to the 4 wide receiver set. Go inside handoff to Hill. Hill gets to the 2nd level. Gets wrapped up on the left, near the left hash mark.
Tommy Basario got in that time, just missed him by a second. So 3rd down, and it's interesting, Ty, with this field position, it makes sense for the coach to go for the pass on 1st down.
Yep.
Because inside the 35-yard and 40-yard line now, you know it's 4 down territory. So 2nd and 10 doesn't bother you as much as if you're back in your own end.
David Wortham with that last tackle. Got on the Hill train that time. Late minute train. Freeman coming in last minute, setting up as a tight end on the left side. They got 2 tight ends set, 3 backs in the backfield. To Beer. They go to Hill. Hill bounces it outside. Nice tackle on the outside that time by Carr. Met him shoulder to shoulder, took him right down. That's going to bring up 4th down, T, and it's going to be 4th and about 4.
So not the short play you're looking for, but the thing with this offense, Todd, is it can go for big yards at any time. So Dolphins have to be sure on their tackling here.
They go again, quick hit, and they go with Hill. It looks like he's got enough room. 2nd effort is going to get him that 1st down, I believe. They went with a quick snap and the 2 tight end set once again. Yep, they're going to give it to him. 1:23 and counting here in the 1st quarter.
Willie Taylor's out there, Todd, but they're not featuring him. He was the featured back against Solario. He went for about 165 yards, with Hill gaining another 100. So he's there. You don't see anything in his gait or anything. He's not limping, but for some reason right now they're using Hill and some of their other running backs as the featured back in this set.
Once again, 2 tight end set, 3 backs in the backfield. That triple house backfield. Fake this time, looking to the right side. Here comes the pass. In and out of that. Great catch there by number 11. That's Freeman on the dance right in front of Jalen Carr.
Jalen Carr had great position there, Todd. Looked like it was going to be an interception. Jalen actually tipped it up a little bit. The ball was underthrown and allowed the completion. So great field position right now at the 6-yard line for Solario. or sorry, for Clark.
First and goal at the 6. 27 yards on the completion.
Big answer for Clark right now. They're responding after the fumble on the 2-yard line and the ball, this quick score for the Dolphins.
Now Hill and Taylor in the backfield. They go to Hill, the second man through, looks to the left side, punching it in, touchdown, Clark. Just like that on a big pass play on a short field. Great return by Mossenberg. Set it up at the 43. Clark converts on a 6-yard touchdown run by Quadrell Hill.
Now we're going to see another 2-point attempt here, Todd. No kickers in this game.
Is it no kickers? 19
Something like
seconds
that.
remaining here in the first quarter. So they set up. Looks like
That's
Starks
good.
has got it. Yeah, that was a quick snap, and Starks into the end zone. So we got ourselves a tie.
So quickly, Todd, and I'm going to say 19. You're 18.
I'm
you
saying
can guess.
19 too.
All right, 19. So a quick response from the Clark Eagles, and that's what they're going to have to do with a running game only. Of course, it was the big pass play, the 30-yard pass play this time that made all the difference. So now it's back on the Dolphin side to see how they respond. And with the running game of Clark, this game is going quickly. That was a fast first quarter.
8-8 is the score. Still here in the first with 19 ticks remaining.
And you got to think that the Dolphins are going to get great field position here on or about the 50-yard line, their own 47. So they'll have great field position. Kind of surprised that the Dolphins are sending 2 deep men all the way back down to the 15-yard line right now. I'd start moving everybody up.
6-play, 43-yard drive, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. It was a 6-yard touchdown run by Quadrell Hill. The 2-point conversion by Dontrell Starks on the run was good. 8-8 is our score. Now they're giving the kicker, that's Yarmel Ruffin, last-minute instructions. I've not seen this, Tony, where the rest of the team is right on the 40-yard line. Looks like Taylor might have a foot over it. That's a good kick. Bounce, that ball's live. Who's on it?
Clark, I think. Clark, the way the coaches are reacting on the Dolphins side, it might be Clark ball.
That was like an onside.
That actually worked, yeah. Looks like the Dolphins ball. The Eagles are not celebrating too much.
Yeah, I can't tell who came out with it, but it looks like one of the Orange Hats came up with that football. So the Dolphins will get the last play of the first quarter here.
That's the big bounce you're looking for. And then it took another skid right into Dex Harris, and Dex didn't have his glove all the way on the ground to field that one.
So the ball rested about the 38-yard line. 15 seconds remaining, 1st and 10 for the Dolphins.
So only there's a 5-man line this time, Todd, but only 1 linebacker, so might have a chance to run the ball a little bit here.
Walker goes in motion. Second to pump by McHale, gets it to Walker, makes 1-man miss, and then is wrapped up immediately by Arnez Kilgore as we come to the end. Well, no, it still has 4 seconds.
Not sure where they stopped it, yeah. So we'll switch to the other end here, Todd.
We will flip the script here with triple zeros on the scoreboard. 8-8 is the score. Are we the only ones that know that it's the second quarter?
Yeah, this is one of the last stadiums that are in the Chicago. We're not switching. Why are we not switching? End of the quarter. We're going to take the ball. There we go. This is one of the last stadiums, Todd, in the CPS, Chicago Board of Education rotation that they haven't upgraded. Still playing on a grass surface. We still have a clock that I honestly, no jokes aside, I think was last upgraded in 2007 or 2008. Old light bulbs, not a digital clock, so really hard to see what's going on unless you're standing directly in front of it. Impressive first half from both, or first quarter from both of these teams. The Dolphins were able to take advantage of the turnover, and then a huge kickoff return from the Eagles, and the 45-yard touchdown drive with a pass that we didn't expect the Eagles to be able to pull off. So now the Dolphins still have to figure out a way to block these Eagles. Though on the last play, the McHale had a double pump before we got the ball out to Walker, which is why that screen play didn't work. So these Eagles have come well prepared for this game, and we'll have to see what the Dolphins can do. Now, Willie Taylor, Todd, number one, he's out on defense right now. Only a sophomore. I think the young man has a bright future in front of him.
Yeah, this is a very young squad.
Especially with 3 or 4 300-pound linemen to play with the next the next 2 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have the score right, the order right, but we don't have a third person to run the time, so we'll have to do that. So all those comments we understand. It's 2nd down and 10. McHale looks left. Here comes the pressure. Has to scramble. He's going to go down. Still pushing forward. He's not going to lose any yardage that time, but there was good coverage that time by Clark.
Doesn't want to take that sack. McHale looked to his left. He wanted to go over there and didn't really have time to come back to his right and survey the field. So here you go. Big 3rd down play. 3rd and 10. They didn't really give him any forward progress on that one, Todd.
No, he's back at the 38-yard line where the drive started. Got some blue skies.
I know.
You know, when we looked 3 days ago, it was going to be raining, and now we just got ourselves a beautiful day for football.
So great coverage so far from the Clark secondary. They're playing man-to-man with 1 deep safety.
2 receivers to the right, ball on the left hash for McHale. McHale sends man in motion. That's Ray Clough from the left side to the right. Hood to the left side. McHale rolls to his right. Looking to set up. Lets it fly. He's got his man. Walker incomplete. Would have been a first down. Little tall for the short 5'10" Jahari Walker.
Yeah, great pass routes. You had an underneath, a medium, and a deep. And both Clark defenders went with the deep. And if he had just taken a little bit off of it, Jahari would have had a first down at about the 50-yard line. So now the Dolphins are going to come out and punt again.
Yeah, Hood is going back, the freshman.
Yeah, McHale had Ratclaw underneath, and he had Jahari in the middle on the middle route, just a little too strong. Didn't really have his feet set. He was rolling out, and I think because he was rolling out to his right, that's why it went a little high.
Jaquan Masonberg back once again.
With instructions to catch the ball this time, I'm sure.
Hood, snap. Good end over end kick. It's going to bounce at the 30. Roll past him. Hit him, and he's got it picked up. It's going to be a scoop and score, number 16.
So Todd, I think that's going to come back in college and in the NFL. That comes back.
Right.
That's a muff. I'm not sure what they're going to. Yeah, I'm not sure what the high school rule is. They're going to let that stand.
Let it stand. What a fortuitous bounce to Davion Dex Harris. Right into the arms of him after the Massenberg muffed the punt.
So Todd, it's going to be funny. So Dex is our halftime interview.
Oh.
So here we go. Now wait a minute. Here the white hat's coming down. What's the white hat going to do?
So Coach Simmons is looking at I believe Massenberg.
Coach Finger's coming out onto the field now to talk to the white hat.
The ball is with the line judge, and he's not moving.
They're bringing everybody back.
Yeah, they're pulling everybody back. So,
but key turnover. Now the Dolphins have the ball. They're going to spot the ball. They're going to kind of have to guess here, Todd, because I don't think either of the back judge or the lines judge was looking where it got touched.
Right. And that will be somewhere inside the 20, though, Tony, I think. They're looking at the back judge, and the back judge is Lori Jordan.
So they're pointing. They're pointing outside the 20, though.
Outside the
20. This is just kind of guess, because I'll be honest, I didn't see where the ball was either.
I didn't either. Okay. You got a freshman who won a competition to punt, kicking from the 38. That's where the ball was.
So it
couldn't have gone that far,
right?
Even after the bounce. So it looks like they're going to have it at about the 25.
And CPS officials like putting the ball on the big line. Just saying.
And it helps us.
It does.
And it helps us. So it's 1st and 10 now at the Clark 25.
All right, so now the Dolphins need to take advantage of this again, just like they did the first time.
McHale in the shotgun. Takes, rolls to his right. Looks like he's going to put it down. Gets hit from the back side.
He needs to make sure he tucks that ball away a little bit. he looked all the way like he was going to pass. They're going to lose a yard there.
Yeah,
That looked like a pass all the way, and by the time he decided to tuck it, he was getting hit. So
it's back to the 27. He's going to lose 2. 2nd down and 12 after the planned quarterback sweep to the right side.
Just great defense so far from the Clark Eagles. They've got everything covered. Now it looks like they're set up now in a more traditional 4-man front with 4 linebackers.
Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. 8-8 is the score. Young with the ball on the right hash. Hood to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Now Rayclaw goes from the right side to the left side. McHale sets up, little dump pass over to Rayclaw. He's got it at about the 20-yard line. Hammered right there by Hill. Hill and Kilgore in on the stop.
So I think that's the success level the Dolphins are going to have, Todd, is move that pocket, not let McHale sit in there, kind of disrupt this rush that's just coming straight forward. And so far we've seen a bunch of things on the edges that are open. Even back to the last possession in the incompletion, Jahari Walker was open. McHale just missed him. So if you get on the outside, if you get on the edges, I think you could have some success here.
Ball rests at the 21-yard line. It's 3rd down and 6 after the muff punt. How will the young Dolphins respond? Dale goes in motion. Little pass out to the flat. Dale makes 1-man miss. He's got a 2nd man. He rolls over, and it doesn't until Yarmel Ruffin comes up and tackles him, but it's enough for the 1st down. Nice run that time by Alex Dale.
Great move. Showed a little bit of elusiveness. McHale got him the ball. He had to beat one guy and then was able to pick up 12 yards all on his own. So big 1st down for the Dolphins. New set of downs on the 14-yard line. And the clock continues to run, Todd. We're going to be under 8.5 by the time this ball is snapped.
You're right. This is going to be a quick game, too. In comes big number 77. That's Elijah Edwards. He's the 6'5", 335-pound sophomore for the Eagles. Young man. McHale fakes, rolls, just goes straight up the gut. Met by Freeman that time. He'll get a yard or 2. They'll put it maybe at about the 11-yard line. Down 12.
Dolphins are starting to dig into their playbook. Anything to slow down this rush that the Eagles have. The Eagles are just coming straight in. They're pinning their ears back and trying to get the ball carrier, whether it's McHale or Dale, in the backfield. So if you can beat that first line, there's really no linebackers right now. Number 6, Arnaz Kilgore is lining up as a linebacker, but he's coming on the rush. Everything's a blitz right now from the Eagles.
So 4 receivers deployed. Well, Rayclaw's into the right side, along with Hood on the right side. McHale, a slow development play that time. He goes down to the arms of Freeman once again.
I think you just have to take the quick shots that the Eagles are giving you. Right now, all 4 of those receivers, Todd, ran patterns into the end zone. And there's just not enough time to set that up right now. If you have somebody curl back underneath, that's going to be open.
So they spot the ball at the 18. We lose 6 on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and 15 for
I think you see another quick out maybe to Ratclaw. If you're able to get Anthony Hood the ball facing the goal line, he's a elusive runner. Right now he'll be one-on-one with no, he's going to come to the near side, so he's one-on-one with Yafi Cotton.
Week 1's favorite target, Forensic, is split to far to the left side. Underneath, Forensic was open there for a minute. Hey, McHale lets it fly, incomplete. McHale goes down hard. Rayclaw was the intended receiver. Fountain with the pressure that time, and it's going to bring up a 4th down situation for the Dolphins.
And we're not going to see a field goal, Todd.
Ball rests at the 18-yard line. They need to get to the 3 to get a
So that ball should come back to this hash, though.
Yeah. That's where they're going to put it.
The umpire understands that. The Dolphins right now are a little bit confused.
See, that's where the center's intellect has to go.
There you go.
Gotta know these things.
Christopher Vasquez has to tell the boys where to go.
It's a shotgun formation.
So you got Anthony Hood to the wide side now. Little slant to him, I think, is going to be a touchdown.
back to the sideline. Coach Lemming with the play.
There's going to be a timeout.
Timeout called with 5:27.
So on the wide side, we'll have to see how they come back out, Todd. But on the wide side that time, they had freshman Anthony Hood, and he was 101 against Dontrell Starks, and Starks had given him a 10-yard cushion. If Hood just runs a little slant there, McHale gets the ball out fast, that's going to be a touchdown. So not sure if the coaches above us saw that. If they did, if they're going to come out the same way.
Here's an interesting just perception, Tony. The Dolphins got the ball with 15 seconds on the clock. Now there's 5 minutes, I think, and 27 seconds. It could be 6. It's a little hard to tell. But the Eagles have not ran an offensive play here in the second quarter.
Okay, yeah.
That's
the way to keep them from scoring.
To keep them out of the end zone.
If you're worried about an explosive offense, don't let them have the ball.
That is exactly right, and that's what they've done. So, the muffed punt by Masonberg, let it hit him, and then very astutely, Dex Harris picked it up. Would have been a sweet score in the other levels.
The never popular can recover it if they don't have. You can't advance it if they don't have possession.
Casper himself.
Probably. So now they flipped the field here, Todd. I'm not sure I agree with that. You had your fastest, best receiver one-on-one on the wide side of the field, and now you're bringing him to the short side. Same slant's open. He just has to run right at the umpire.
Walker now goes in motion. Looking that way. Hale loads up. He's got his man incomplete. Hood knew he had it and missed it. Anthony Hood had it in the end zone, would have walked right into the end zone. He's just like beside himself there, Tony.
So I think that's the matchup that the Dolphins are going to have to look at. Because of the way the Eagles are rushing the quarterback, there's nobody in the middle of the field. If you can beat your man one-on-one, there's no deep safety. Anthony Hood should have brought that down, and great pass by McHale. Maybe a touch high, but hit him in the hands and should have been a score. So now it's changed a little bit, Todd. So here, all of a sudden the Dolphins have the advantage. Now I think the Eagles have the advantage. We're going to go with 5:20, you think? Something?
I think it's 5:23-ish.
And remember that the Eagles deferred the kickoff, the coin toss in the first half, so a score and they get the ball back kind of flips this game a little bit.
We're still going tight. 2 tight ends, 3 backs in the backfield. Hand off to Hill. He bounces it out to the right side. Hood with the Leto give chase. So does McHale. Hill still on his feet and gets close to a first down before he's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, great run. He went all the way to the sideline. Tyson Leto had him just fingertips, and you can't bring down the 5'11", 190-pound Taylor with just your hands. So they gave him the first. He earned the first down on Todd.
He got the first down. Give him 10. First and 10 at the 28. So again.
So those are the bursts. Those are the burst plays you don't want to see if you're the Dolphins. You had good pursuit, but you let Hill turn the corner, and once he gets there, it's him in the sideline.
I'll tell you, the Eagles come to the line of scrimmage very slowly. Just a perception. Let's keep our eye on it. 3 in the backfield once again. There's the handoff. It goes to Quadrell Hill this time.
Great penetration by the Dolphins, but they did everything but tackle Hill, and then Hill was able to pick up 8 yards.
Yeah.
The Hill tossed the ball to number 78, Aiden Ellis. Ellis treated it like it was a hot potato. He wanted nothing to do with that. He's like, guys, I'm a lineman. I am not allowed to touch this football.
So Hill gets 10. Taylor got 10. It's still first and 10 for the Eagles with back-to-back 10-yard rushes. Here comes Quadrell Hill around the corner. Tries the left side. McHale puts his shoulder down. Gets some help from Hood at the 50-yard line. Finally drags him out of bounds.
But another first down.
At 5:05.
The Eagles have found. Oh, somebody's down. Joseph Clayton, a little slow getting up.
That'll be the 3rd straight first down, and the ball placed at the 49-yard line of Whitney Young.
And the Eagles have found something on the edges, Todd. The first play of the series to Taylor went far right. The second play to Hill went off tackle, and then the 3rd play to Hill went all the way outside again. So they figured that Tommy Basario's blocking up the middle there, so they're going to attack the edges. And this is where we go, if we go back to the top of the show, where you're missing your 2 linebackers,
right.
Skotanis and Wyatt. that you have Clayton in there, who's a freshman, obviously not a ton of practice, and Dale, I don't think, has gotten a ton of practice at linebacker either. So you're down 2 guys on defense. That would be key to stopping this running attack from
well, that and you've got Eagles. Tyson Leto in there, who's not had a whole lot of experience playing football. So he's out now. It's back to Rocky and Basurio.
Yeah, Nate Minocchio's in there as a linebacker. I don't think Nate's had a lot of time either. So you got an inexperienced linebacker core against this offensive line that averages about 290 pounds.
It's a high school football, young man, right? First and 10 at the 49 of the Dolphins. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 2 tight ends and 3 backs in for the Eagles. Turn, hands off, Hill, left side. Good tackle that time by Rocky. Finally throws him out of bounds.
Still able to roll forward for about 3 yards.
Yeah. Spotted at the 46, a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Stop the bleeding a little bit.
Stop the bleeding. The clock's still running. Still running.
Out of bounds.
I thought he did too, but maybe they ruled that was after. So far, none of the handoff problems that we saw in the pregame warm-ups. Starks has been effective getting back to his running backs and getting them the ball in time that they can make reads and cuts.
You talked about it, both Hill and Taylor over 100 yards against Solario. They're in the backfield now. Goes to Hill. Hill makes 2 or 3 men miss and gets close to the 41-yard line.
Just short.
Shy of the first down by a yard, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
I think what's most impressive so far about this drive, Todd, is that every yard they've gotten has come after contact. The Dolphins are getting into the backfield and making contact, beating their blocks, but Quadrille Hill and Willie Taylor are effectively eluding those tackles and getting downfield.
There's the lead. There comes a nice job by Rayclaw to wrap up the runner.
They're gonna give him the first down. Again, he earned the first down.
Quadrille Hill with the carry.
Don't want to say they're giving anything to anybody yet. There's a timeout on the field, Todd. The Eagles have taken a timeout. So great initial penetration from the Dolphins, just unable to wrap up Hill before he's able to fall forward for 2 yards. So first down on the 39-yard line, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. The Dolphins need to come up with something here to stop this drive, or else they're going to go into halftime trailing, and the Eagles have the ball to start the second half.
That's what you're talking about. That's 2 for 1. Get the opportunity here at the end of the first half, and then start the second half with the ball because of deferring at the onset.
Todd, it sounds like there's tanks coming at us from somewhere east on Roosevelt Road.
You can see the
somebody just turned the factory on across the street.
See the Eisenhower over there. Traffic's flowing pretty good inbound, it looks like. Beautiful sunny day here in the west side of Chicago. The skyline in the background. Timeout called by the Eagles.
So only about 26 or 27 guys in uniform for the Eagles, Todd, but we talked about how young they were. I think the future's pretty bright for this young Clark Eagles team if they can maintain this core of 300-pound linemen. And Willie Taylor and Dontrell Starks are only sophomores, so
Hill will be a graduating senior, but nobody else is coming back. Starks goes over the middle. Picked off. McHale with the INT off the tip from Jalen Carr.
That was the stop. That was the stop the Dolphins needed right there.
Wow.
Go back to the pass they completed. The Eagles completed in the first quarter. Also a tip drill. Just nobody there to get Jalen Carr's back on that.
Is that the 3rd interception for
McHale has 2.
2? I know he had one last week. I couldn't remember if he had one in week 1.
No intercept. He did not have the interceptions against Solario.
So the big play, the tip by Carr, the pick by McHale.
So we flip it again, Todd. 3 minutes and change left. I think there's a big play to be made here against this Clark defense. I think you got to they're doing it again. I'm not sure the philosophy of bringing Hood to the short side. I would take him to the wide side, get him the ball quickly, and let him beat his guy.
Cotton is the man who's got the solo coverage with him. Dale throws it right down, goes straight up the middle, untouched at the second level, changes arms, got a first down at about the 36-yard line. 37 is where they're going to spot it.
Clock will stop, 2:57 left, Todd.
21 on the pickup, 1st and 10 for the Dolphins.
As good as a screen pass right there. Again, if you can beat that first line of Eagles defenders that are just rushing in, the field is wide open. They spread it out that time, had 4 receivers, and again, number 6, Arnaz Kilgore, was the only person back after the initial run by McHale.
So 1st and 10. Oh, this is going to be making it more challenging to see the time, Tony.
Sun.
The sun. 2 receivers to the left, Hood to the right. McHale sends a man in motion. That's Jahari Walker. McHale, pocket kind of collapses around him. Here comes the pressure. He gets thrown down by number 23. That's Darion Smith.
Yeah, needs to do a little bit better feeling the pressure. Maybe just dump that ball out. Clock continues to run here.
Lose yardage back to the 34.
Now we're kind of just guessing at the time. So it just clicked under 2. So it's a 1:57, 1:56. I just happen to see it click under 2. Or I'm making it up.
I think number 12 needs a bit of a breather. He's
little motion. Motion on. I think Chris Vasquez had the count on 2, and everybody else had it on 1.
So they'll back him up 5. It'll still be second down. It'll be second and 18.
And that was the comment I heard last week also, Todd, is the Dolphins need to do a little better job changing up the snap count. If you remember, in the second half, the Peyton Grizzlies just brought everybody when they knew there was no running backs. I think if you keep the Eagles in their stances a little bit longer, let the clock run a little bit, you're going to tire them out. Some big boys. And if you can do anything to get to their legs, it's going to help you in the second half.
Just put in a 6'2", 280-pound freshman. Feed that young man. Bayclaw and Forensic to the left. Walker and Hood to the right. High snap from McHale. McHale pulls it down, makes a couple of men miss. Goes to the right. Here comes a flag from the backside. Tackled that time again by Darion Smith.
I think they're going to get number 57, Aguilar, for a hold.
What the call is, under a minute to go now. It looks like 54 ticks.
So it's the same situation we had last week. Does the clock start here? Only 2 timeouts left for the Eagles. The Dolphins, after that great quarterback sneak that put them in great field position at the 37-yard line, have just gone backwards, and they're going to snap this ball from the
14.
So again, we talk about this in the fall, Todd. I hate this rule. Hate holding spot foul.
No.
Why are you penalizing these kids even more? That hold took place 7 yards in the backfield, and then they tacked on 10 yards. It's a silly rule.
Right. Under a minute to go.
Right, they're high school kids now. It's
well, even Clark to just decline that one and take them.
Now the clock's running. If I were the Dolphins, I'd let this run all the way down.
Dale takes the snap, hands to Dale. Dale comes up the right side, makes a couple man miss. Nice move. Gets to about the seconds remaining.
So no timeout from the Eagles yet. Not sure what the coaching staff's looking at.
See, even if they would have declined that penalty,
right?
And the
now would be 4th down.
The ball would be where it is now, and it's still 3rd down and 20 plus. So
right.
Then you would have an opportunity to get the ball back. But now with 16 ticks,
they're going to let this run all the way down.
Yeah, they are.
So if you're the Dolphins,
don't even take a snap.
Or
timeout,
or you could call timeout and nope, they're going to let it run down. All right, halftime.
Halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being with us here on the west side of Chicago. 8-8 is our score, the Eagles and the Dolphins. Quite a battle royale. Halftime. Lovely senior photo of a gentleman who lived quite a lifetime of their high school football career. This is when these seniors have gone from having their senior year or their freshman year canceled, right?
They played 2 games their freshman year and got canceled. They missed a game as sophomores, just because of some of the things going on in the city. They missed their 9th game last year, which would have put them in the state playoffs, and then and this year they have COVID. So we want to take a second. We'll go down the list and recognize them. But they put in a ton of effort. They are the core of what rebuilt this Whitney Young football program that now looks like it has a super bright future. But you have 13 kids that are seniors, the class of 2021. And by rights, a lot of these kids could have walked away, but they didn't. So we'll just go in numerical order, Todd,
Sure.
because that's how I wrote them down. We've called number 3, Jahari Walker. We've called his name a couple times this year. He had a touchdown earlier today, had a touchdown in week 1. I tried to get some more information. It was a crazy week. I think Jahari is going to take an opportunity to go to college and play some additional football.
Oh,
I think he's one or two of the kids that are going to go play at the next level. Jahari is a captain. Also a captain is number 7, Richie Ratclaw. Richie's been with the program for all 4 years. He's kind of the glue that's held it together. He had a big interception last week.
Yeah, he did.
Richie's looking at some opportunities to play football at a Division III level, so I'm not sure what he's going to do yet. We have one more week before decision day.
Yeah.
Before all these kids have to commit academically to schools at the next level. Joining us this year for the first time, he was a track athlete, but number 14, Paxton Ferencek, 6'2", 171 pounds. He was a big target in week 1, but coach went out and tried to get some athletes for this year's team, and Paxton was one of those kids. Jalen Carr, who we talked about earlier, has been with the program all 4 years. He's 5'11", 154 pounds, and plays both ways. Has played both ways last year and this year. We talked about Dex, and I have an interview with Dex, which is pretty funny because I asked him what he wanted to do today, and he said he wanted to get a pick 6, so he almost had one.
Close.
But Dex is kind of the musical spiritual guru of the team. He keeps everybody loose. So Nate Minocchio, we saw Nate today stepping in at linebacker where I don't think he's had a lot of practice. Noel Rahl is the big man on the offensive line. He's number 52. We did some team pictures, and when we got the pictures out, like, he kind of scared me just on camera. Jalen Aguilar has been an anchor of this line for the last 2 years, making sure, keeping Patrick safe, keeping sure that the running backs are picking up their line. We've talked about Christopher Vasquez, number 64, a bunch of times. Missing last week's game, it stinks when you're a senior and you only get 3 games that you miss one of them because of injury. But Chris is a 3-year starter for this squad, Todd. He was key in the undefeated season in his sophomore year. David Wortham, also another 2-year starter, goes both ways, number 67. Great contributor, great academic student for the Dolphins. Jabari Ehrman is everybody, all these kids except for Paxton and Tyson have been with the program 3 years. They went through practicing on a park field where they had it cleared of rocks every day before practice, before they built a new Michelle Obama sports complex. Jesse Keith is our 12th senior. He's injured today, so he's not in the game. And then fresh off the basketball court, and had a big fumble recovery last week, is Tyson Leito, number 89. So his first year playing football for the Dolphins. So Coach Finger's building a great program here. It's a great testament with everything that's going on. And they're only football tragedies, not life tragedies. But to have 13 kids, have 11 kids stick it out for 4 years, and then as seniors have 2 kids that wanted to come out and join the program, and both of them have made contributions in the first 2 victories. It's just great to see. It's great to be around the kids. They really enjoy each other. So, hopefully, Coach was able to get, even in this pandemic year, there's 15 freshmen on the team, so he's building strong. Hopefully, get another strong freshman class. But just because these seniors are playing in their last game today and will graduate from Soldier Field, I think June 17th is the date. I think, but it's pretty cool. They're going to graduate from Soldier Field. That they'll always be part of this Dolphin family, and they'll be able to come back, talk to the kids. Coach Finger's done a nice job bringing some graduates back from his year and some previous years to talk to the kids. and talk to them about how this is more than about football today. It's about the brotherhood and what you learn here and what you can do when you take it to if you're going to play at the next level in college, if you just have the opportunity to go to college, if you're going to take a different career path, but this will always stay with you.
You know, it's that brotherhood, and I was actually reading something today, probably it's going to be introduced tomorrow, I think, about Steve Michael, and how he's just recently been diagnosed with ALS. And, you know, we said our thoughts and prayers to Mongo, but you had players coming over there, and these guys that are coming back, and Leslie Frazier, you know, diametrically opposed personalities
right.
of one another, but you know, it's something that you have and you've gone through, and that's exactly what these kids have got.
I didn't live here in '85. Were the '85 Bears any good?
I wasn't here either. You know,
I'm confused. Were they any good?
They tend to think of themselves. They're pretty good. They had an eclectic crew.
Oh, they were. Yes, they were.
But I just you mentioned brotherhood, and you know, I still hang around with I still talk to friends of mine that played football with 40 years ago. And it's just, you know, it's something that you take with you, whether it's football or lacrosse or basketball or the chess team. You know, it's something that as a group you went to day during your school years and performed and practiced and continued to practice and tried to get better and tried to put it out each day, whether it was on a field, whether it was in a classroom, no matter what. I mean, that's what you do as a 14 to 18-year-old, and you build those types of friendships that'll last forever.
Right, so a couple games going on right now, Todd. Our friends, the Peyton Grizzlies, are leading Phillips. I think it's a Phillips B team because Phillips A team played yesterday. Peyton Grizzlies open a 7-0 to lead over Phillips on a 5-yard touchdown run. Phillips beat Taft yesterday, so two of the premier programs in the city of Chicago played yesterday. Yeah. I couldn't find a final score. Lane Tech beat Lincoln Park.
I couldn't tell.
Last night. Last night at Lane Tech in the final game for those kids. On the private school side, some big games last night. Brother Rice beat Mount Carmel 20-13. Loyola finished their 6-game undefeated season in impressive fashion. They beat Marist 43-14. You know, those are the kids. It's a shame there's no state championship this year because that was a good Loyola football team. St. Rita 24, Notre Dame 17. So St. Rita had another great season. Won their conference for the second year in a row for the first time in like 20 years. So congratulations to those kids. And our neighbors down the street, St. Ignatius lost to Fenwick 10-0 in a defensive battle. So those are the scores I could find last night that might be of interest to our viewing audience. So Todd, we do have a play interview. So we want to hear from Dex. Dex made the big fumble recovery in the second quarter that unfortunately the Dolphins weren't able to capitalize on. But we got some thoughts from Dex and what he wanted to do today and what he's looking to do next week or next year.
I think this happened right this time.
All right, I like technology. Technology's good. Play his cards a little close to the vest. We're gonna have to get on the social media on May 1st and find out where Mr. Harris is going to spend his next 4 years. But I thought that was, when it looked like the referees were going to give him that touchdown, it would have been. I should ask him for the lottery numbers for tonight if he.
Boy, you're prophetic there.
Said he wanted to go out and get a touchdown, and that's the one he was going to get. So.
Sitting up here with Prescott or Dick Vitale, just know exactly what's going to go on the whole time.
Hey, if you imagine it and if you think about it, you're going to get it. It's going to happen.
So the Eagles are back out, starting to stretch, looking pretty spry. Again, they deferred the kickoff in the first half, so they'll get it to start the second half. And we've seen interesting things, as you said, Tony, out of the special teams, the kicking game specifically. We saw what was almost behind it was there. Saw what normally would have been considered a onside kick, but it was, I think it was an actual kick attempt by the Eagles that they almost recovered. And
yeah, the Dolphins dodged a bullet on that one. That would have changed the whole complex of the game also.
Just the inability of a kicking game. And again, we saw what the benefits were last week with two teams that had kickers. And anytime I think a coach, that's probably the last thing they're going to worry about.
Right. I mean, when you have, you think about it. So the Dolphins had a couple weeks of practice leading up to their first game, and then we're on Zoom had Zoom practices for 2 weeks. Came back, weren't sure about the Peyton game, had 3 days of practice for the Peyton game, and then finally had a full week for this. So, yeah, the last thing you're thinking about is special teams. Just make sure you have 11 guys out there and tell somebody to catch the football.
It's just amazing. Zoom practices. I'm still trying to figure out. I know Patrick's a captain. How do you do that?
They have the coaches wrote up workouts for everybody or whatever you could. Did as much workout as you could. I know that there was a contest over Christmas, I believe, where whoever turned in the most workouts may have gotten a pizza. So anything you do, and it's really cool talking to these kids. I have an opportunity to talk to some of the Peyton kids, just how much they all wanted just to get back out here and play, no matter what it was. Same with the basketball team, boys and girls that I had a chance to be around a little bit. They didn't care. They just wanted a chance to play. Fans, no fans. The basketball kids, even in January and February, would have gone outside and laced it up.
Yeah.
With no nets and just rims and a backboard. All they want to do is play, and it's great that at least within the state of Illinois and CPS that everybody got in some sort of season. As frustrating as the last 13, 14 months have been, that even the fall sports kids, boys soccer, what else? Cross country, football, girls volleyball. Everybody got a chance to have some games, and we got to celebrate all the kids and especially the seniors. We don't want to fail to mention the congratulations to all the Clark Eagles seniors. We didn't go through the list, but there's several of them. So congratulations to them and whatever they're going to do next year as they move past their high school years. It's a huge commitment for all of these kids that are involved in athletics to come out here every day and practice. It's even harder when you think about it. If you're doing, CPS has done remote learning from September until last week. So these kids had to make an extra effort. They had to leave their computers after school was over and figure out how they were getting to school to go to practice. Yep. Usually you're there, you just go to practice, it's nothing. But the effort that all of these schools have made, the frustration, Clark, as you mentioned at the top, was supposed to play Orr last week. That game got canceled, so the work they put in, getting ready for that game, went for naught. But it's great that both teams, regardless of the outcome today, the seniors will be able to wear jersey for the first time like it's meant to be.
Let's go through those seniors real quick for Clark while we have just a moment. Arnez Kilgore, Desmond Richardson, got Jaquan Masonberg, Yarnell Ruffin, Jermaine Wilson, Darion Smith, Quadrell Hill. His name quite a bit.
I think Quadrell might only be a junior. I think I messed you up on that.
That's okay. Then we got Lewis Mullen, Lamont Pringle, and
yeah, they're young, man. When you go through that list, you're like, wait a minute.
Hey, I see a lot of FRs, and you don't see two. Let's see, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 freshmen that they've got on the team. Well, and again, you could go just to the other side, the young Dolphins as well. Not the young Dolphins, but the young Dolphins. They've got, I see, 8, 9, 10 freshmen. So, again, we are very fortunate here to have two teams that the future looks very bright starting in the fall. So, teeing it up once again will be number 17, Mr. Hood, the winner. So the special teams coach for Clark is sprinting down the sideline. I'm not sure what he saw or what he thinks is going on, but he's trying to get his guys' attention. Hood puts a foot into it. He's going to go on the run at about the 20-yard line. To the right side, that's number 12, that's Massenberg. He's trying to make up for the net that he had. One guy to beat, Massenberg is going to go down, fumbles the football. It was on the carpet, and I think that might be Whitney Young football. It was on the carpet. He's not going to give it to him. What a great return by Massenberg to get things started. We have a flag way back here, Todd. Two flags, you're right, Tony. So this is all kinds of messed up. Massenberg took. I think somebody just got 20-yard line. I think somebody just got ejected on the Whitney Young sideline. Not sure what's going on. I think they just asked Coach Finger to leave the game. Really? Wow. He's standing at about the 47-yard line. So the Dolphins are sending their defense out. Their referees are walking the ball backward. Unsportsmanlike on the Dolphins. On the Dolphins. You can't kick them out without a warning, can you? Tony, I believe that Massenberg was going down, the ball was loose, and sitting right there was number 16 again. I think it was Dex Harris, who came up with it. And it's like, look, it was a fumble. Yeah, we can go back to the. Yeah, we'll have to watch the tape. I think I actually didn't mess up the camera work on that one, so I'm not sure what the referees are doing. There's some confusion about. So now they're walking the ball back, and we won't get an explanation. So we're just going to have to be guessing here, Todd. We're not. That's true. It's unfortunately we can't hear, and there's no. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what could have happened that Coach Finger. So now we're walking back down to where the tackle occurred. Are they going to tack on 15 yards from there? Oh, they've got security out there. I think they're going to ask Coach Finger to leave. So there's no. So they didn't walk off a penalty. Right. That's where the tackle was, right? That's about where the tackle was. All this confusion, and still no real clarification right now. No. Like I said, we're not going to get it. I think the back judge personally made a mistake. It should have been Whitney Young football after the great return, mind you, of Jaquan Mason.
So now,
but he ran out of gas and
I wasn't watching. I was watching the screen. So just dropped the ball.
Yeah, literally, as he was going down, he let go of the football, and Harris then picked it up. So they walk it off.
So the Dolphins don't get the ball, lose their football coach.
And the first play of the second half will start at their 11-yard line on the 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, so unfortunately we won't get any clarity on that.
So, got 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line for the Eagles. Dontrell Starks under center. 2 tight ends set. First man through is Hill. Hill rumbles ahead to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, a lot of credit to these Eagles running backs. They do not go down at first contact. You have to bring 3, 4, 5 players to get them.
Noel Rail was in on that.
To get them on the ground.
2nd down and 5. Or 4 at the 5. So Starks goes under center. This is Hill. Hill wrapped up by Dale. Dale's in there along with.
So 3rd down though, they wrapped him up before the.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this affects the Dolphins, how they rally, losing their coach, a mistake by the referee when they should have had the football.
3rd and 1. They go to Hill, he bounces out the right side, cuts it back.
There's a holding penalty coming back.
End zone, so that's going to bring it back. I think that's a give back call.
Something. They had number, I'll say it was number 11, Todd. They're going to get Jasani Freeman holding David Wortham, and it was, if it did happen, it was completely unnecessary.
Right. Because Hill had
Taylor had.
Oh,
I think it was Taylor. I think Taylor had that touchdown easily. He had the corner, and no need to hold David Wortham on that play.
So it backs him all the way up to just outside the 19-yard line.
And just to show that it's not just a stupid Dolphin rule, it's a stupid rule.
Yeah, it is stupid.
So now you got 3rd and forever when you had, even if it was a holding penalty, it should only be 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 11, not. Now it's still 2 down territory. Do you run it twice?
They do. Oh, slip by Clayton. Clayton tried to get his footing right at the 5-yard line, slipped out from underneath it. He could have had that ball.
So interesting now, Todd. What do? I think if you're the Eagles, you have to throw the ball again, right? The Dolphins have been very successful in limiting. I think the longest gain was those 3 in a row 10-yard rushes. So you're going to have to put this on Dontrell Starks and see what he can do with the football. He's a elite athlete, but he has shown no indication so far right now of being that dual threat quarterback that we see so often.
I think Starks got pulled into duty. Originally a wide receiver. They've got 4.
So Hill's coming out of the game right now.
4 quarterbacks. Listen.
Yeah, Taylor's in the game as a running back with Kilgore as a fullback. Only 1 wideout, Todd.
So 4th and a whole bunch. Starks, here comes the pressure, lets it fly. Near the end zone, incomplete.
So huge defensive stand right there for the Dolphins. It was 3rd and goal on the 1-yard line.
And a walk in. He walked into the end zone after the 5-yard run, but then the holding penalty pushed him back. Maybe Coach Finger's now listening to us. 10:04, 10:09 remaining.
Hey, can somebody tweet Coach the YouTube link so he can listen to us? Coach, give us a holler if you're out there.
That's right. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line for the Whitney Young Dolphins.
The only good news is that the Dolphins did not take a bus over here today. They had a little carpool Dolphin caravan. So at least he gets to sit in his own car, not the under center for the Dolphins.
Receivers to the right. McHale hands off to Dale. Dale gets across the middle. It's about 5 yards close to the 24. Take that all day
Little
long.
quick hitter. I think you got to get rid of those slow plays, the slow developing plays. And we have an injury. There's an Eagle down.
He's down. So where the first half just flew by, Tony, we're only 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the third quarter, and we've seen an ejection, a fumble, well, a big
fumble,
return, a fumble.
A fumble that didn't happen.
Call, penalty, or an ejection, a touchdown called back. Wow, we've had a lot here in the last
Yeah, it's been busy after, especially
6.
uneventful second quarter.
So,
but Joseph, go back to the previous drive. Joseph Clayton had that ball picked off just as he tried to stop on this natural grass surface. His feet just went out from underneath him. When Starks threw that ball, there were 3 Whitney Young defenders for the one receiver that was out there. So, again, it goes back to if the Dolphins can get a lead, and figure out a different way to kick off the football, then I think that puts them in good position, because there's not a passing game here for the Eagles to come back. And so far, the Dolphins have done a great job containing Willie Taylor and Quadrell Hill and the running game. That could break open at any minute. We know how explosive those 2 young men are. But so far, the Dolphins have played really, really good defense. The one big play, shows how good I am at watching film, was the 30-yard. In my defense, the ball was tipped. It could have been intercepted.
That's true.
But the big play was the 30-yard run play.
So it's good to see Jasani Freeman, senior captain.
He's holding his back, Todd, so I'm not sure if he tried to spin around and get out of a block and somebody else came and hit him below the shoulder pads. But it looks like he's in a little bit of pain there and walking off slowly, holding his lower back.
He is a junior, advance him a year. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. The ball rests at the 23-yard line.
So interesting that they have McHale under center, Todd, after struggling with that last week and being happy to go back to the shotgun.
They've got 2 split wide to the right side. The handoff again goes to Dale. This time he gets tripped up immediately. I think that's Kilgore back there pretty quick.
They just don't have enough guys. They don't have enough guys to block everybody that the Eagles are bringing. I think they have to do something different. You get the handoff to get them off balance, but that entire middle of the field is wide open. If they could just run a crossing route, I think it goes for big yards.
9:15 remaining here in the third. It's 3rd down and 6 at the 23. Whitney Young with the ball on the far sideline near their sideline.
So they keep sending Anthony Hood to the short side. Quadrell Hill now is in as a linebacker, Todd.
Yep.
Back to the shotgun.
Hale sends Hale. Patrick calling his own numbers. Got a 1st down. Still on his feet. Gets hammered down at about the 34-yard line.
So those off-speed kind of plays, Todd, are what's effective right now against the Eagles. You can hear the Dolphins on the far sideline back in the game. Now I think if you look in the middle, that's where the big yards are going to come from. So you got a fresh set of downs. You're at the 35-yard line. I think here you might want to take a chance.
12-yard pickup by McHale on the.
So four linemen, 3 linebackers.
Man comes in motion. That's Ray Call. Now goes back to the left side. Dale sets up. Dale takes the ball. Gets hit, spun around, tries to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
That's just not there. You're looking. So here's the problem, Todd. It's off camera, but Chris Vasquez, who's the center, is down at the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
So we're not securing the blocks at the first level before we try and get to the second level. So you almost want to tell your guys, stay home. They're bringing 6 guys and 7 guys. I don't need you at the 45. I need you at the line, because it was the second guy that got Dale that time. He had avoided the first, and David Wortham had a block there.
Number 6, Kilgore, is just shooting the gap every time, Tony. Gale sends Ray Claw in motion. Now comes back to his side. 2 receivers set up to the right. Here comes McHale rolling to the right. Underneath, incomplete. Dump pass. Intended receiver was Richie Rayclaw.
And that was well covered that time. You just have to be careful.
Yep.
You like to see with a defense that this aggressive, maybe a little pump fake there. Maybe a pump fake, let everybody go to Richie and see what's over the top. There was not really a rush. As the Dolphins get outside the pocket, McHale has some time to throw the ball.
McHale gets the play from the offensive coordinator, Coach Lemon. 3rd down and 10. Clock stop of 7:24 remaining here in the 3rd on the incomplete pass.
So there's 7 guys in the box right now, Todd, and they're all coming.
Yes, they are. Fake. Gale steps up. Can't get out of the defense this time. There's Kilgore once again tripping him up just for a couple of yard gain. He'll bring up a 4th down, and let's see what the Dolphins decide to do.
So I think what the change, the halftime change that the Eagles have made, Todd, is they're now playing 4 true defensive backs. They've dropped a 2nd safety. Number 23, Darian Smith, has now dropped back as a safety, which we didn't see in the first half. They were only playing 1 deep safety, so that's slowing down the reads that McHale has, and that 7-man rush is just making it impossible for him to get any time.
Masonberg back, taking it up to 35, comes to the short side, goes around 1 tackle, makes a 2nd and miss, cuts off. Dale with the tackle at about the 30-yard line.
And the ball's on the ground again.
And Dolphins comes up with it.
We have an injury. The punter is down. Anthony Hood right now, Todd, is down on the ground. I think they might be calling a rub. The referee, there's no flag, but I didn't see, and I moved the camera.
Anthony Hood, the freshman. He's holding his right leg. 6:35 remaining here in the
Just
3rd quarter.
Trying to give the people the view of the city that we have, Todd, but the haze is too much on the camera. So yeah, I'm not sure. He's pretty much, Anthony Hood's right where he punted the ball, so I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, that ball was set up at the 37-yard line, so about a 10 to 12-yard snap will put it right here. He's resting at about the 27, 28-yard line.
So the referees are having a confab. I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Their flags in their pocket on that one. So it's about ready to get up. It's good to see. Gingerly walking on that right leg.
So that's his kicking leg. He's a right-footed kicker, so I'm not sure.
So now, who got 2nd?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who got a runner-up in the kickoff?
So the referees are going to do nothing, even though the punter's laying on the ground.
You got 3 security officials out there though too.
Well, they go out there for injuries. They keep track of, because this is Park District property. They have to keep track of the injuries that occur.
So the ball rests at the 30-yard line on the return by Jaquan Mason.
I'm going to make a suggestion. Stop kicking the ball to him.
Yeah.
Kick it out of bounds. Do something.
8-8. 6:35 remaining here in the 3rd. Shotgun formation, the first time we've seen that out of Clark. And Starks calls the own number and gets beaten up immediately.
Yeah, David Wortham was the first one in there, Todd, but there was a pod of Dolphins that ran. Thank you. I think I got that from you. Ran to the ball, and Starks had no chance at all. He's coming to the sideline going, "Can we not run that play again, please?"
Maybe to your point, too, they're trying to figure out how to get, some sort of passing scenario.
Yeah, but you had, if you go back to the drive at the end of the 2nd quarter, they had great success getting to the edges. Willie Taylor's still on the sideline, Todd. I'm not sure if it's just the game plan. We don't speculate about anything we don't know.
Yep.
But he rushed for 150 yards against Solario, 155, I think. So he was a big part of that game plan. You'd think he'd be in there, but right now it's just Quadrell Hill and
Yaffe cut. There's a flag flying.
delay a game, or somebody got too many people.
Delay a game call, so they'll back him up another 5. It'll be 2nd and 17 from 37.
And we talked about the similarity of this offense to what the military academies run, Todd. If you're going to run a trick play, I think you run it on 2nd and 3, not on 1st and 10, because now you're at 2nd and 17.
Well, now you got Quadrell Hill split out to the right side. There's a high pitch. Drops the football, and now the Dolphins definitely have it.
Yeah, how did he just drop it? I thought he had secured it.
No, it was
high
pitch. He was high. He kind of tipped it down to try to catch it with the other hand, and it hit the turf. And coming up with it, I think, is number 5. drive was that Neil Rocky. Rocky's going to get
Neil Rocky, yeah.
the fumble recovery. So
you got to start. This is the third turnover. You got to start taking advantage of them, Todd. Good news that Jasani Freeman, number 11 for the Eagles, is back in the football game after going out on the last drive.
Ball's at the 44. Great field position for the Dolphins.
So now you're short Anthony Hood, who we thought was going to be a game maker. So you got Tyson Leito in the game. He's going to take that outside, short side of the field position.
You got to look to Forensic now. Big in week 1 for McHale. McHale rolls right. Dump pass to Ray Clark. Got it at the 46. Makes one man, or tries to make one man miss. Hill comes up, tackles him, but he still pushes ahead to about the 49-yard line.
Still those line problems. McHale turned around. There was a guy in his grill, and he was fortunate to get rid of the ball.
Got 5 on the pickup. Second down and 5 at the 49 of the Dolphins.
But those are the passes you have to make. Those quick passes, quick hitters, get outside, pick up 5 yards, pick up 6 yards. I don't think you're going to hit the big one tonight. So just take what they give you.
Yep. Just splitting Forensic every time near the sideline. I just don't understand that formation. Hands off. There's Dale. Nice run into Eagle territory.
Going to be just short of a first down, Todd, about half a yard. This is where they normally call McHale. Of course, I said that last weekend. I was wrong. Oh, so they backed it up. It's almost a full yard. Quick huddle, though. They're coming right to the line of scrimmage. There's a gap there, Todd, for him to go.
Goes under center. He's looking for it. Makes one man miss. Makes a second man miss. Getting a good push. He's got a first down all the way to the 40-yard line. Going behind the big boys that time. Vasquez, Aguilar, and Worthing.
I think he's just trying to get his rushing numbers back into the positive territory. I'm with you.
It's first and 10 on the, let's see, that's a 3-yard pickup by McHale.
So you wonder, Todd, it's a beautiful day out here, about 55 degrees, not too hot. The humidity went away. But you have some big kids on the Eagles line, and conditioning just you haven't been able to do it. I mean, it's
right.
So they've been on the field for a super long time. You mentioned the second quarter. They didn't run a play until about 3 minutes left in the quarter. Are they going to start to get tired?
There's 3:33 and counting here in the third. McHale in the shotgun, 4 receivers deployed. Here comes Kilgore again. McHale goes to the left side, sees an opening, gets shirt strung again down to about the 35-yard line. That happened last week too.
We're going to have to buy him one of those breakaway jerseys, I think.
He needs one of those Billy Sims, like tearing them through the
Herschel
20s.
Walker.
Herschel Walker, just ripping them right off.
My God, we're old.
Got it to the 36-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. It's second down and 6. Clock continues to wind, under 3 minutes to go here in the third.
Yeah, the next score here, Todd, whoever gets it makes a huge difference. Whoever gets the lead can start to play a little more aggressive defense. I'm not sure the Eagles can play more aggressive defense, but...
Fifth play of the drive for the Dolphins.
Back under center.
Yep. Back and forth, a little confusion, trying to confuse the Eagles. Hands off to Dale. Dale spins. You know what?
He's elusive.
He's tall, and he just hits those holes and just keeps spinning.
He doesn't really get his pads down yet. He's not a running back.
Right. Now they're going for a quick snap on third and short, called third and 1 at the 30.
So they still got gaps. They know what play's coming, but there's still a gap right over the center.
McHale bounces it out to the left side. Makes one man miss, a second man miss, gets thrown out of bounds, but he's got another first down. He made number 2, that's Starks, just slide right off of him. Timeout call.
Timeout. Eagle timeout, Todd. They're going to try and regroup here defensively with just short of 2 minutes, or just a little more than 2 minutes left on the clock. So great, you got to go back. So go back to the start of this second half. The Dolphins could have very easily been thrown off their game. Huge punt return by a kickoff return by Massenberg. A fumble that we think should have been called the Dolphin ball. They didn't get. Something happened with the coaching staff. Their head coach escorted off the field. 3rd and 1, then all of a sudden holding call, 3rd and 17, 2 great defensive plays right there. They've now flipped the field. They're driving. They have a new set of downs. Looks like they figured out a little momentum piece to get around this Eagle inside pressure that's been confusing them all day. So chances are, I'm going to jinx them right now, but no miscues, no quick break. They're going to take this ball into the 4th quarter deep in Eagle territory, and then force the Eagles' ground game to win the game and make a difference. Now the biggest challenge again is no kicker, so you're either gonna have if there's a score, it'll be 12 to 8 or 14 to 8.
And your backup kicker is
16 to 8.
Just got hurt.
Right. So I'm not sure who on kickoffs, they're on their 5th kicker.
So 1st and 10 for the Dolphins at the 27. Handoff goes to Dale. Dale spins out of 1 tackle. There's a host of Eagles there. Make sure he's not going any further.
What is that? What?
Yeah, it's like, okay, the whistle blew.
No. What's
A host of Eagles.
a pod of dolphins? I think they're more than a flock. They're a regal bird. They have to be more than a flock.
Tower bird, so definitely.
Not a murder of crows.
2nd and
Nothing.
forward progress. And nothing. So, winds picked up a little bit coming out of the south. Still blue sky.
Yeah, it was 75% chance of rain here in Chicago today, and we saw none of it. So, thank you. This is one time you say thank you to the weatherman for being wrong.
That's right.
The weather people.
2nd down to 10, 109. As the clock continues to wind here in the 3rd quarter, 8 is our score. To his right, dump pass, is that knocked down?
Might have been a little short.
Short. Forensic was the intended receiver. 23, Darion Smith put a paw up there.
It's good coverage though. It wasn't going to go for much.
Claw.
There you go. Maybe a little double move here. I'm still looking for something to take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Eagle linebackers. The Eagles coaches are down here working the lines judge. I'm not sure what they saw in that play, but you had the head coach and what I believe is the defensive coordinator just standing next to the line judge trying to make a point. I'm not sure if they were looking for an offensive interference call or an offensive holding call on that.
But it's 3rd down and 10. 1 minute to go. 8 is the score. Leading to a little confused as to where he needs to set up. Dale takes a snap. They weren't set up straight. They didn't have, somebody was uncovered.
Third and 15.
Yeah. Somebody was uncovered next, standing down there at about the 10-yard line. Like, hey!
I predicted my touchdown. I already got one. I need another one.
Come on.
So Mikhail eyed big 6'7", number 89 Tyson Lieto on that one. I think he's a if you can get close, Todd.
Yeah.
He's a matchup nightmare for the Eagles.
You're not seeing how fast he is. That's the only thing.
Yeah. As you look down the roster, the Eagles have some 6'2" kids with receiver numbers, but Tyson's gonna be 4 or 5 inches taller than whoever is guarding him, and he's in the slot right now against Taylor.
So Lieto now comes back into the tight end set to the right side. Dale takes a snap, steps back, rolls out to the left, lets it fly, nearly picked off. Incomplete. Starks was close. Starks was taller than the intended receiver.
So 4th down here, Todd. 4th and 15, 16 yards. Looks like the Dolphins are going to punt. Alex Dale looks like he was the runner-up in the punting competition.
So he gets the call.
So trying.
Who knows that though? It's like the head coach is sitting in the car.
Right.
Your backup kicker got hurt.
So the ball's on the 32. So the danger here is you don't want to, there's no point in just giving them the ball on the 20.
Right. Walker goes in motion. It's going to be up and down kick. Takes a Dolphin bounce.
To the 15 maybe?
Rolls inside the 15 to about 14 yards.
There you go.
So, hey.
Picked up 18 yards.
He'll take it with 39 seconds remaining here in the third. In a long third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Dolphin. It's 13. And he's dashes called the 13-yard line. That sun's out. We got out in the elements here today.
Hey, but at least we're not standing atop a 6-foot scaffold. You should have a nice grandstand here that we're.
Beautiful view of the city.
All right, key defensive stand here, Todd. If the Dolphins can keep the Eagles on this side of the field, inside the 30-yard line, we saw the punting problems they had. That would be the strategic play.
This time they sent 3 receivers out. They still go back inside to Taylor. Taylor gets wrapped up.
Great pursuit by the Dolphins on that play.
We got a little chippy action going on.
You gotta think it's the last game. This game has been played a lot like last week. This game has been played in the trenches, not the wide open affair we saw at Solario. The big guys are getting a little bit tired. They get a little bit grouchy. But great gang tackling on that, not letting the running back get any speed or break that first arm tackle.
3, 2, 1. That's going to be in the third quarter. We still have a tie football game here, ladies and gentlemen. 12 minutes remaining in the 2021 spring season of high school football here on the west side.
So interesting. So after an exciting first quarter with a lot of action, ball back and forth, the most excitement we've had in the last 2 quarters is thanks to Mr. Massenberg and 3 big kick returns. Unfortunately, only one of which the Eagles were able to turn into a score.
So we're tied going into the final 12. Tied.
No, there's overtime here in high school football, Todd. We start from the 10-yard line. So I believe Coach Eddie Bashi has taken over for the Dolphins. He's the assistant head coach. He is he's the head coach for the offensive line and the run game coordinator. So he's trying to figure out what to do with his offensive line as well as now running the team.
We start. The Clark Eagles will have the ball. It'll be 2nd down and 9 at the 14-yard line.
This is what Coach Finger was talking about in our pregame conversation was cherish the moment. Who's going to step up and make a big play so that you are at your best and you remember this. You don't want to just remember this as your last game. You want to go off and remember this as a hard-fought victory that you made the big play that made the difference. Is it Dex coming up with that interception again, or maybe young Joseph Clayton, who's not out there at the moment, but keeping his feet underneath him and making a big interception.
Dontrell Starks goes under center, takes the snap, hands off to Willie Taylor. Taylor dragged down, thrown down by Alex Dale.
Everybody was there. The Dolphins are doing a great job continuing to get into the backfield. And what was happening in the first half was they were just getting fingertips on Hill and Taylor. Now the first guy holds them up, and they're bringing 3 or 4 guys.
That's exactly what Coach Finger said, but his keys, he wants people flying and missing early as opposed to missing late. And, if you're going to make a mistake, make it early and then just get right back at it. He's getting a host of people going straight to the ball.
So the ball's on the 15, Todd. It's 3rd and 8. There's a timeout. So that's the second Eagles timeout for this second half. So that only leaves them 1 in a tie game.
Dolphins have their full complement of timeouts here.
So now this just gives me time to speculate and get stuff wrong. So we'll do it anyway.
Let's do it. That's what we do.
So 3rd and 8. I think the Eagles coach is taking this opportunity. This really isn't 2-down territory. He's not breaking off chunk runs right now. There's not a thought that if we don't get it on this time, the next time we'll get 10 yards. So this is going to be an interesting play call. Starks had the one big completion on the tip, but his last couple passes have been either intercepted or nearly intercepted. So it's an interesting decision for the Eagles right now. Is do you take this? Do you take this and run it and hope you pick up 6 or 7 yards and you have a short, manageable 4th down? Or on 3rd and 8, you let Starks drop back and maybe pick out another receiver and see if you can do it that way. So a lot of options here for the Eagles, but it's going to be a. What, the network didn't come back or what?
The Whitehead kind of went under the.
He didn't get a halftime break.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Yeah,
a little extra
not a lot of great. I mean, great options for the Eagles, but if this is a no gain, this is just me. I don't know how you go for it on 4th down. I know you had snap problems the last time, but do you take the chance and punt it and at least maybe get the Dolphins out to the 40-yard line and depend on your defense?
Running out of time.
And this is where the Dolphins' lack of field goal kicker comes into play, because if you can stop them here, you're at the 15.
So it's 3rd down and 8.
Standard eye.
3 receivers out. They pitch it to Taylor. Goes to the left side. There comes Dale. Wrapping him up.
Going to be short.
Going to be shy of the 1st down. He falls ahead. It's going to be 4th and maybe 2.
So now I think you go for it. Your 4th and 2 is, and Taylor has proven his ability to get out on the edge and pick it up.
Well, they're sending 20. Well, they were sending 20 to Yarmel Ruffin.
So they backed it up a little bit, Todd. It's about 3 yards to go for the 1st down. Starks is still there talking to the coach. They're going to have to take their 3rd time out here, Todd. They're running into time problems. They're going to punt.
Yeah, there goes Ruffin, who's been there punting. 4th and call it long 2.
So Jahari Walker back for the Dolphins, and as you mentioned, he's shortened way up from the last time. And you just have to make sure that if you're the Dolphins, get away from this as soon as possible.
Watch for the snap. The last snap.
The back judge isn't looking at her watch. There she goes.
10 minutes to go. Ruffin did a nice job. That would bounce.
Nice bounce.
Roll all the way into Young territory down at about the 44-yard line. So
great bounce for the Eagles right there. Gets them out of immediate jeopardy. Now it's time for the Dolphins to see what they can figure out, how they can beat this Eagles defense. Their most successful plays lately have been designed quarterback runs for McHale, but I still think there's a play over the middle to be made. Maybe number 3, Jahari Walker, or if you can get Richie Ratclaw, number 7, who's lining up as a tight end, get him down a hash. I think that there's plays there if you can get the ball out quickly.
So ball rests at the 44-yard line of the Dolphins. 56 yards to Bader.
If I were McHale, I'd tuck in his shirt so they can't stretch it out anymore.
Dex, Harris, and Harry Walker to the right side. They go back inside. There goes Dale, straight up and down like a pinball. First down run for the sophomore, all the way down to the 42-yard line.
And you can start to see it, Todd. The Eagles' defensive linemen are starting to walk back to the line a little bit slow. It looked like number 60, Jaheim Crawford, might have gotten dinged up a little bit. Number 74, Charles Coert, is coming off the field. He looks a little hobbled. So it's a game of attrition. Yeah, so here comes 66 is coming off. Johnny Smith is coming off.
Trying to keep those big bodies fresh. That's nothing to do. 9:15 and counting. So Harris and Walker to the right. Ransom to the left. On the left hash. McHale with Dale in the backfield. The handoff goes to Dale. Makes a couple of men miss. Still driving forward. Gets across the 40-yard line down to about the 39.
And the important thing right now, Todd, is the clock continues to run. It feels like all we did was talk about clock management last week, but we'll talk about it again. without a passing game, the Eagles are going to need as much time as possible if the Dolphins figure out how to score here.
Picked up 3 on the last play. Second down and 7. McHale comes in from the sidelines with the play.
So 2 runs up the middle, basically where they had success on the edges on the previous drive.
Dale off the right hip of McHale.
That one looked a little awkward.
Yeah, that one did look a little awkward. And that was Johnny Freeman kind of blew that one up. No gain, maybe a little bit of a loss back to the 40-yard line. So call it 3rd down and 8.
So definitely 2-down territory for the Dolphins. There's not going to be any punting going on here, I don't think.
Under 8 minutes to go.
Even though they punted on the 32. But I think you roll McHale out here a little bit. He's right-handed quarterback. The wide side is the right side. You got Dex and Jahari Walker out there. Feels like a revolt, Todd. Why not throw to the short side?
Because the coach can see more.
All right, so here you go.
You're right. It's 4th down and 8.
They didn't pick anything up on that, so they're going to punt, Todd. They're going to try and put the Eagles back deep in their territory again. Let Alex Dale have another shot at it.
So ball rests at the 42-yard line.
40-yard line.
40-yard line.
Whatever.
Tyson Lieto is saying we're missing a tackle on the left side. Paul's going to come in and fill the spot.
They're going to get a penalty here, Todd. There you go. Delay a game.
That's not really going to matter that much since they had decided to punt on 4th.
I don't know. All I got to say is that 45 seconds or that 40 seconds went a lot faster than when Clark was punting.
Now a host of changes
for the Eagles.
Here comes number 12. That's
yeah. I mean, I think you tell. Last time they purposely Alex Dale kicked the ball out of bounds. They got 12 guys on the field, Todd. They got 12 guys. Here she comes. Here comes. So Clark took their 3rd timeout. They had 12 guys on the field. They had 2 punt returners back. I'm not sure who the mistake was, but as you mentioned, they ran 5 or 6 new guys onto the field after the delay of game penalty. And then, so number 4 was back there, Yafi Cotton, along with Mossenberg. And then they had 2 guys on the short side here on the Dolphins outside gunner. So I'm not sure who made the mistake, but we'll have to see if it makes a difference. That's their 3rd timeout. So 7:25 left in the game. They have no timeouts left.
Get offense and defense. You're working on those. Special teams come in. And then you break down the special teams. You got to have a kickoff team. You got to have a kickoff return team.
Right. And I'm not sure who on the Dolphins might not be in the game that they were missing, where that Richie Rekla had to come in.
You've got him. I mean, and it doesn't really matter position-wise when you're lined up, but he's an inside. Well, now he's a guard position around the center.
So if you're Alex Dale, kick the ball out of bounds.
Yep. Just one keep away from
Mr. Massey.
So 7:14 remaining in the football game.
Regulation in the football game.
Regulation.
So maybe if you're the Dolphins right now, you're looking for a turnover. You're looking for another bad pitch. We haven't had any handoff problems that we saw in pregame, but maybe you're looking for a handoff that gets stuck on Hill or Taylor's hip.
Eagles.
Now if you're the Dolphins, you have to bring the energy that Clark started to look like they were losing in that last drive.
Yep. Personnel changes coming in and out for the Eagles.
So you got Taylor in the game with not Hill. So just this is a single back. First time we've seen a single back, I think. Trying to spread out the Dolphins a little bit.
Starks in the gun. They got the third time today. Hand off to Taylor. Tries the left side. Good job by sealing it, turning it back in. Maybe for a short gain of a yard or two to the 22.
Yeah. Number 52, Noel Rowell, on that right side was able to shut off the edge. Looked like his jersey was getting stretched a little bit too. But Taylor had a path to the outside and a big gain, but Rowell was able to get in there and hold him up for no gain. So the single back, they've thrown everything at the Dolphins right now. That was 4 receivers and a single back. We've seen the veer, we've seen an eye.
Just getting a full complement of options. Now they go back to the veer with 3 in the backfield along with 2 tight ends. Starks goes under center.
Jahari Walker just has to stay wide on this one.
Yep, here comes Taylor. There's Dale, and Walker does a nice job. Taylor does a nice job of staying on his feet and moving forward, not letting the arm tackles happen.
Great twist move on the inside. He looked like he was going to come outside, and Jahari Walker was standing there waiting for him, and he stuck it back in. Wow, there's a picture for you. Number 78, Aiden Ellis, 6'8", 325, standing next to Arnez Kilgore, 5'5", 189. Teammates. All right, so here you go, Todd. Another, the strategy.
55 remaining here. Third down and 4 at the 26. Tight end set. Here, offset to the left side. Quick handoff. Nice job by Dale, wrapping up Yarnell Ruffin. He's going to lose yardage back to the 25.
Punt. They're going for punt.
It's going to be a 4th down and 5. So the battle of the punts.
All right, so catch this. I think based on last time, the Eagles had picked up about 15 yards just in the exchange of punts. But McHale and the young Dolphins are going to get another shot at putting this in the end zone.
Under 5 minutes to go. I love this. They put the punter literally 15 yards back, which is what it used to be, just in case the snap is bad. And the snap is bad. He gets it off blocked, picked up by Quadrell Hill, and he's going to be tackled inside the 10-yard line down at about the 5. That's where the young Dolphins will
unfortunately, Todd, I think Quadrell Hill got hurt. Or no, number 20, Ruffin, yeah. Ruffin on the punt. When he tried to pick it up and punt it, I think he got run into.
Bad snaps. We'll do it.
So now you go. So this is the 4th. So 2 bad punts, a fumble, a muff punt, and an interception. No, 2 interception, fumble, muff punt. So the 5th opportunity that the Dolphins have had, and here the ball's going to be. Where are they going to put it down?
It's going to be about the 5-yard line.
So
great opportunity for Whitney Young too.
So and here you go, no kicker, right? So your kicker's off playing volleyball somewhere.
This happened. This happened. Whitney Young had the ball inside the 10, and they got pushed back.
Yeah.
The penalties. There's roughing up. That's good to see.
So you question now if you're the coach of the Dolphins, if you're Coach Lemming and you're calling plays, you take the ball out of McHale's hand. You just let him get to the edge and run. But Dale's had some success. He picked up 10-10-5. But you know everybody's coming from the Eagles inside. The free space is going to be outside the hashes. They put the ball down smack dab in the middle of the field.
Big number 77, Elijah Edwards, 6'5", 335-pounder. Along with Dupree Horton, he's 6'4", 320.
Yeah, so they're
in the middle. So
Yeah, there's a lot of human beings to move in if you're going to run in the middle.
So McHale goes under center. Three receivers deployed. The lone back is Dale.
There's room up front. You got
snap, hand off to Dale.
Willie Taylor brought the.
Taylor with the big hit.
He didn't bother to wrap his arms that time. He was just knocking Dale. Oh, somebody's down. Tommy Basario or 72. No. Injuries here late. 4:22 remaining here in regulation. I think the push, Todd, if you're going to run the ball, the push is McHale up the middle. They're playing that four-man front. There's nobody over the center.
Yeah.
I think that's what you have to go. You had Taylor on the outside that time, so there was nothing on the offensive left. Maybe you look on the offensive right. Here's where you look at 89, right? You brought the basketball player on. He did a great job last week on that fumble that he high pointed. The ball's going to be still in the middle of the field. You know, he's the option here is, but he's on the sideline, Todd. He's not even in the offensive huddle. Not an option. So now you're on the 7 instead of the 5. Hale in the shotgun.
Harris and Walker.
They're running the clock.
Wind the clock.
Eventually they'll wind the clock. There we go. We got Walker in the slot against Massenberg.
Finding that pylon, touchdown!
I think we're going to call that a touchdown pass, Todd. The ball was forward, it wasn't a handoff.
It was kind of like
so we got another injury. No, number 11, Freeman is down a little bit, hurt again.
It's a pass?
It's a pass. It was not a handoff. It was a forward.
So combination again. McHale to Walker the second time today. And the Whitney Young Dolphins take the lead with 4 minutes to go in the fourth.
So now you got the 2-point conversion. This is key to make sure that when the Eagles get the ball back, that you're guaranteed
43 seconds off the clock. 2 plays, 5 yards. A
7-yard touchdown pass.
7-yard touchdown pass.
5-yard drive with a 7-yard touchdown pass.
To Jahari Walker. And now they try the 2-point conversion once again. Kale. Over the middle, incomplete that time. Over through the back shoulder.
I think he knows he had him there, and he's.
But Whitney Young comes up with the score after the bad snap and blocked punt, and they have the lead, 14-8.
What are we calling that? 4:06 time?
I think it's
4 even.
4 even, I think, is what it is. So.
Now you're looking to keep that big play ability of the Eagles in check, like you've done for the first 3 quarters in 8 minutes.
So it looks like it will probably once again be Alex Dale teeing it up.
So what do? You can't kick the ball out of bounds here, Todd. You kick it along the ground away from Massenberg, because Massenberg has just killed you every time he's touched the ball.
I think you try to keep it away. You're not a kicker. Dale's not a kicker.
But you just keep it on the ground?
Yeah. Just scoot it, put as much leg into it as you can.
So they got two deep men back to
Probably with the word T. They don't have a T.
They did have a T.
Who's got the T? There's the T.
Right, so you just, and every return Massenburg has had, he's gotten to the outside. He hasn't taken anything up, so the coaching move here has to be keep your lanes.
But Massenburg is crunched up on the left-hand side there with, I think that's Cotton. And now they're going to switch sides.
So now Dale spreads out, kick it to the left.
Lind over Ender. Goes to up man at about the 27-yard line. On the return is Darian Smith.
I think that's the best result you can get. You did not want the ball to go to Massenburg again and let him break off a big one. So now you're gonna.
37.
So here you go, Todd. Here's the struggles the Eagles are gonna face right now. An ineffective passing game and no timeouts. So if they're gonna keep the ball, on the ground, they have to get off the tackle, back on the line of scrimmage, and go as fast as they can. Because with 3:54, there's no time for them to huddle and go unless they break off a big play.
Lance Jones, first time we've seen him all.
So time for the Dolphins to keep tackling like they have been, bringing 5 or 6 people to the ball. But as you said, they're slow to the line, and they can't huddle once this ball's snapped. Or they'll just run out of time.
Starks goes under center. Pitches. Wrapped up by Richie Rayfall. Nice job. And a loss of yardage back on the play. Now they're going to give him no gain.
So the Eagles have no sense of urgency here. They're going back to huddle up, Todd. I'm not sure what they're doing. The coach is talking to Starks right now. They're looking for a play call. You got to go. The clock's under 3:30.
They're not built for this type of situation.
I mean, they're going to huddle up. They're going to make a play call.
Brings the huddle with 3:17 on the clock. Taylor back in with Quadrell Hill. Good push.
First down, the clock will stop. They're gonna provide the yardage for him. It was McHale that came up and made the tackle because Hill had a great run there.
This side judge is saying first down. That side judge has it as third down. Somebody's got to decide.
So we're at 2:49. The crew is not communicating. Let's have a meeting.
Let's have a meeting.
At least it's not a Zoom call that we have to. They could bring the sticks out and measure. I mean, it's a unique concept here.
That's what they do.
Football. That's what they're there for.
They check, and the ball's at the.
So they're gonna.
Now.
So they have convinced the Lions judge on the Dolphins sideline. The head Lions judge has been convinced that it's a first down.
It's a first down. So that's at the 47.
So 2:49. They're going to wind this clock, Todd. Here, that actually worked to the benefit of the Eagles a little bit as far as clock management.
And give them a little bit of grief.
The White Hat should wind this. You got to wind this, sir. Sir, wind it. Wind it.
Nice job.
He has a great. Hill has a great ability to fall forward, though. We haven't seen him go backward all day after a hit because he was wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Well, we're going outside 2:30, and the Eagles are huddling.
Second down and 8.
I guess if you're the Dolphins, you just have to be careful of that pass coming, that sneaky pass. And instead, the tip drill has worked once, hasn't worked once. Knock the ball down. First down. We're under 2 minutes. Minocchio.
Get
There we go. They're going to wind it. So they're no huddle this time, Todd. They're getting the line of scrimmage. We're at 154 and counting.
1 yard line.
Dolphins need a stop here. They're going left, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, that's what they just set up the opposite. Taylor sheds tackle, comes to the right side, puts his hand in a face mask. There you go. Jalen Carr got face mask on that one.
So it's going back the other way?
Yeah, that's going to walk him back. Under a minute.
Yeah, face mask against Taylor. Great run. He started that out left, came all the way back to the right side. But unfortunately for him, I don't know that I've ever seen that call before, Todd.
I know. Usually when the running back puts the forearm out there.
So clock stops. So that'll be first down again. First down and 13.
45.
1:37 to go. But that was a great run by Taylor.
Sure was.
Dolphins, you got to think the Dolphins are a little tired right now, just the way they're tackling. They're not coming to the ball as aggressively as they were. They have to find a reserve for 4 more plays. Yeah, the clock's going. We talked about that last week in high school. After a penalty, it goes. So you got to keep them. Everybody come to the tackle. Still running.
With the tackle, Harris drops it.
Clock is running.
Under a minute to go now. At about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, if you keep them in bounds here, Todd, there's only one more play.
Second and 2.
Make a tackle.
50 on the clock. Starts, goes under center, takes the snap, turns.